This is the speech we missed yesterday.
Yeah.
We are so proud to stand alongside our fellow Asian artists, showcasing the diversity and the richness of our cultures through our
Oh
music.
my God.
This award represents the P-pop community's mission, and that is to bring the Filipino artistry to the global stage.
That's
starting
what
here in
I'm
Asia.
saying.
We're just so thankful for all of our supporters. And I would just like to say to our fellow artists, let's keep working hard, let's strive for excellence, and let's create with a heart of service for ourselves, for our fans, and to God.
Pablo for president!
Oh,
Pablo for
look at
president!
him, man. And for God, good man, yeah, good boy.
Salamat at ikaw ang agimat.
Wow.
Salamat!
Look at that shit.
Maraming salamat!
And I gotta tell you, what a fucking speech. All of a sudden, I was like,
Damn!
fucking-
I can run through a wall!
no, also,
I felt like I was talking to like the principal of my school. No,
Oh.
like the president of the class.
also, I feel like it is time, isn't it, to sort of bring
Oh, sorry,
Filipino.
we're serious.
Nah, just sort of to bring Filipino music, like OPM music, to the world stage.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's not look like there's only one way that's really gonna happen, and it's the way they're doing it. It's like you have to create a really valuable product, very streamable music, and then music that translates very well into live performances, so that you can sell tickets, and you have to showcase and prove to these labels and investors in the Philippines that there is a ton of money to be made, actually a ridiculous amount of money to be made, if you're able to really encapsulate both production value, true quality in live performances, and then if you package it at a world-class stage as well, no one will care that it's in a different language. It could be in Tagalog, it could be fucking Japanese, it could be it doesn't matter. No one really cares that much, and there is enough evidence now out there that no one gives a damn, because I'm out here singing Gatsa blessing Torimo fine, fucking speaking Boruba, which is like Nigerian, bro. It's like
Exactly.
Afro beats, or people speaking Spanish. Like fucking reggaeton has proven that shit for years. K-pop, another great example, right?
I genuinely think the globalization of music has never been at a higher standard. So this is the opportunity to really capitalize the talent that the Philippines has and globalize it to the rest of the world.
And the mistake that I think happens is I think the artists bank on their own nation's support.
Correct.
Which is fine.
It's awesome.
Like, obviously, great. You have to champion your fans because you will begin locally.
Correct.
That's how everything is going to happen. But the way you break through is you then just don't hold shows for just your specific audience. You have to hold shows or have a product that appeals to international audiences, so that when you do come to London, or when you do come to New York, or when you go to LA, it's not just the community of that country there. It's actually you're just getting people from fucking Mexico, people from Los Angeles, people from Chicago, normal, just whatever. People from different audiences, and then obviously you have your own fan base that are there following you, supporting you. But you're creating like this conglomerate, global audience. And if you are gonna get in the business of music to try and appeal to international audience, pop is the fucking way. It's been proven through years. That's why One Direction, no one gives a fuck in Malaysia that Harry Styles doesn't speak Malay. No one gives a damn. They learn English, you know what I mean? And it's Pablo, Stel, Felipe, Ken, Justin, they can all do this. Josh, they can all do this. Like, people will pick up random Tagalog words, and there's only so much the press can do for you in that sense.
And it has already been proven with Gento. Like, I think like that's like one of those examples in terms of like factual with numbers that you can really back it up.
True.
This is a really good era for international music.
Correct. There's literally no excuses anymore. And I think if it's not happening, it has to do with the quality of the product. It's either both, or from what we're learning and behind the scenes and stuff like that, because thanks to you guys, like, we're able to get involved in this type of stuff behind the scenes. It's like it's either managerial bollocks, or it's the product isn't good enough, or the packaging of the product isn't good enough. But if it's not happening, it's because of those three things. Because look at when it's happened really well for OPM. Sakta Budlo, it's happened really, really well for him. Music was great, international appeal. Obviously, he had a couple of English hits as well, which is smart from him, smart boy. Tour's great. packaged fantastically. I couldn't differentiate Zach at some point as an artist from the Billboard in the US to the Billboard in the Philippines. Didn't have a fucking clue.
Correct.
Because my friends were listening to Give Me Your Forever, and they thought it was Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, oh, well, fuck me. Like, this is unreal from Zachy Boy.
Yes.
You know, good label, good management behind him. I don't know what's going on at the moment. I haven't followed Zach's career in the last sort of 6 months that closely. But we do listen to his music, and obviously we love Tabulito.
We do.
Someone else, Moira de la Torre. Great example of like a long career. Very specific style. I think what's happened with Moira is they've really learned how to really package her perfectly for worldwide audiences. You get the pink sweat collaborations. You have the collaboration, touring all over the world, and doing very well all over the world. I think what Moira, which is she's same as Juan Carlos, they probably have the most potential at the moment to sort of start creating a couple of English songs that do really well in the short content platforms, because autumn is coming and winter is coming, so it's perfect time for them. And then you have basically a worldwide hit. And what happened to the fucking Lizzie McAlpines, to the girl from Ceilings, that we've obviously had a very close eye on since the beginning of her career. And if you've been following the channel, if you've kept a close eye on the fucking Bon Ivers, who's been in the fucking industry forever, the Noah Cans, the Luke Teddy Swims, it's like you get a very big hit on the online platform, streamable, especially if you have such a dedicated audience already, which Moira does, Juan Carlos does, SB19 does, and then you start to build momentum like that from a sort of more mechanical, technical perspective with the streams, the pushing, blah blah blah. But if you have a really big English hit, you're basically fucking sorted if you already have a fan base. But what SB19 and Beanie are proving is like, look at Cherry on Top, like the best example of that at the moment. It's like, if you have a product that's very good, because Cherry on Top is the best packaged product that Beanie has produced.
Yeah, for sure.
And it felt like, mate, this is like pop from the US.
Correct. It did.
But
And
actually done better.
It was actually really well packaged. The ideas and the concept, everything that was conceptualized correctly for the product itself, but also for the girls. So I think it was a lot of like thought process went into highlighting the best of both aspects.
And you don't have to lose the OPM feel. You don't have to lose P-pop. Hell no, you do never lose that. If you lose that, that's a big mistake.
Correct.
Because you're gonna betray your original audience, and you're basically the group is gonna have an identity crisis. They're not gonna know who we are. So it's like, you definitely don't want to make that mistake just to try and appeal to the US market. There's other examples in Asia that are doing this very well. Of course, budget-wise and investment-wise, they're probably in a different level, because SB19 is yet to reach the level where they're like, they're selling out stadiums in the West. Possible. I
generally have a lot of faith in them.
A couple more hits and it's really possible. I just hope management-wise, obviously they did have a difficult year last year. That's very well documented. I just hope management-wise, shit gets together. The stars really align for the boys, and then they can basically become generational talent in the scene of music worldwide. And then obviously they'll basically make fucking statues of them. Yeah. Because, again, thanks to the online stuff. But I don't know, that's just our thoughts. There was also like a bunch of interactions, I guess. The people wanted us to check out, because they were close to. I really like how well they get along,
Well, yeah, I this is the thing about the Filipino music industry, that their collaborative nature of music actually allows for really good on-screen and off-screen chemistry from the rest of the industry. Everybody's in the same game. If you like.
I think it's really easy for them at the moment, because they very obviously know who's kicking ass right now. It's them two at a global stage.
That's fab.
Unreal. Anyways, goodbye.